Hey guys, and welcome back to TEW. This is of course our local to global, and we are Classic Championship Wrestling. Now before we get into the bulk of the episode, I want to say a big thank you to the members of the channel as always. So thank you to Genevieve Sweet, to DJ Smitty Smooth, and Chicago Fan for Life. You guys are awesome. Don't forget you can become a member today to support the channel by clicking the join button below for less than $1 a month. Now I do owe you guys an apology, the wisdom teeth have kicked my butt the last month, but we are going to be back with some regular content now. They're feeling better, so bear with me, it is going to be a bit of a rough one, but let's go over and jog all of our memories about last episode. So Ultrasonic would defeat the Midnight Heat, Roman Masick defeated Robert Martyr, Kevin Blackwood warned Takumi Babbitt to stay away from the tag team titles, Ashley Flair defeated Alex Garcia, Lycos 2 revealed his identity to Prawn Patrol as Thank You, Swoggle then took credit for solving the case, Tony Storm defeated Xia Zhao, Chris Ridgway and Kevin Blackwood beat down Goji Ozaki backstage. The Black Death defeated Notice, Cam Zambagami and EJ Naduka. The Black Death then challenged 3 wrestlers to face them to become Trios champions. Uwan Nation defeated Ricky Knight Jr. Commissioner Orton booked Storm vs Britt Baker for the next show. Suzuki defeated Cassie Lee and then was attacked by Athena. And Hanako defeated Rebel Kell. Then at CCW Powerplay, Valkyrie defeated Hanako. Uwan Nation defeated Ricky Gibson. Goji Ozaki, Takumi Baba, Chris Ridgway and Ken Blackwood had a big brawl. Lycos Jim defeated Ultrasonic. The Black Death were told by Commissioner Orton that they don't get to make tag team titles or title matches, but he did like the idea, so he invited 2 other teams to face them tonight for the first ever World Trios Championship. Chris Ridgway and Kevin Blackwood defeated Goji Ozaki and Takumi Baba to retain tag team titles. Athena cut a promo on Suzu, who would then interrupt her. Tony Storm would pick up the win over Britt Baker before Flair and Thekla would attack both ladies. The Black Death would defeat Ricochet, Orange Cassidy and Mike Bailey, as well as the team of Bushi, Hiroki Goto and Kota Ibushi to win the Trios Championship, in which Julia Hart would debut and join the Black Death alongside Serena Deeb. And then in the post-show, Jacob Kasper and Suzuki defeated Christina Von Eerie and Dion Russman. So with that being said, let's check out our finances. You'll see we're up almost $500,000, which is awesome. And if we go to our size, you can see we are very quickly getting there. We need 59 popularity in our home region. We're currently on 55, so we're so close. And then we're instantly going to jump up to medium, which would mean more money coming in. So, we went over last episode, the sort of like wrestlers of the year so far, so if you want to check that out, go and check out last episode. So, we will skip ahead, any news we'll talk about, and if not, I will see you at the show. Okay, it's time for our first show of the evening, and I unfortunately forgot to hit record when starting tonight's venue, but we are in the Midwest. I have given people the night off. Let's finalise our broadcasters, and we'll get ourselves on to everywhere. Our booking team meeting, we've got 250, so let's spend a creative finish. Cool, and let's do an angle idea, excellent, and you know what, let's do a gimmick idea to fix people up. Cool. Locker room incidents, we did training for Ida Bradley. Claudio Castagnoli has been talking to Roman Masick a lot, and seems to be having some degree of influence over his behaviour. Awesome, if we can get these guys sort of like paired together in some sort of like mentor or mentee role or whatever, I'll be happy with that. And then Booker and Thekla have recently bonded, cool. Kathy Kelly brightened the backstage area by being so cheerful and fun to be around. Cool. Address the locker room. Let's team bond. What do we have? Okay, new tensions between Tony Storm and Chris Ridgway. I kind of expected that. Everything else has been strengthened though, so that's cool. Yeah, we'll take that. Nice. Continue. So, let's get this show booked. I will join you on the results page. Okay, in our pre-show match, we had Kid Lycos and Kid Lycos 2 defeat Max Stardom and LSG in a match designed to work the crowd. Essentially, just wanted to get the crowd hot before the main show and gives Lycos Gym another match to get their reps in, you know, improve their skills, get their popularity up. Kid Lycos 2 got a 74, Kid Lycos got a 50, Max Stardom with a 20, and LSG with a 42. They had excellent chemistry together. The great points of Kid Lycos 2 really stood out. 74 rating is awesome. So wrestling rating of 46 and a segment rating of 56. And then in our actual show, we kick the show off with the Black Death cutting a promo, essentially just hyping their start of the dominance of them running rampant through CCW. They have the trios titles. They are now going to come for women's tag team titles, since they forced trios titles to be a thing. And then they decide why not come for the singles titles at some point too. So this got a segment rating of 52. Pac enjoyed having the freedom to go off script, so did Julia Hart, so did Buddy Matthews, and so did Dorina Deeb, but Claudio Castagnoli struggled. Interesting. We then get Jacob Kasper defeating EJ Naduka in 9 minutes, a wrestling rating of 49, a segment rating of 60. Jacob Kasper with a 75. I expected EJ Naduka to have a lower score, so that's okay. But 75 rating from Kasper, I'll take that. We then get Roman Masick continue his win streak against Blanc, a wrestling rating of 48 and a segment rating of 52. They both got a rating of 48, nice. So we'll take that. We then get the Black Death being Serena Deeb and Julia Hart defeating the Hall sisters. Lisa Hall unfortunately got a broken jaw. Julia Hart was rusty. I thought she might be because she hadn't wrestled in a while, so I will take that. Wrestling rating of 50, segment rating of 51, and that's why she paired up with Serena Deeb. I had a feeling. Lisa Hall sustained a broken jaw. We'll see if we can do surgery for her. We then cut to the back where Chris Ridgway and Kevin Blackwood are in Commissioner Orton's office, and he summons Baba and Shiozaki. And he announces that at the next show, it will be a no DQ tag team title match between the 4 men. When I click the right button. Our Nation continues his win streak, defeating Adrian Severe. This got a segment rating of 61 and a wrestling rating of 55. Our Nation with the 56 and Severe with the 54. Not a bad rating. We then get Athena being interviewed by Kathy Kelly, who is interrupted by Commissioner Orton alongside Suzuki, and he tells both ladies that they will team together at the next show to take on the Black Death, and if they really, really want to get this fight out of the way, he will make them wait as long as possible until they stop brawling throughout the shows. So this got a segment rating of 55. We then get the Black Death being Pac, Claudio Castagnoli and Buddy Matthews defeating Cody Chun and Ultrasonic. This got a wrestling rating of 60 and a segment rating of 72. Buddy Matthews got 46, Claudio with the 61, Pac with the 87, Cody Chun with the 41, Radar with the 66 and Sonico with the 62. This trio is essentially going to be pulling this show higher ratings alongside Radar and Sonico. I reckon if you put Kid Lycos 2 in here as well, that's an insane rating. And then our main event is a 4-person tag match which sees Kevin Blackwood and Chris Ridgway teaming with Ashley Flair and Tekla to take on Shiozaki, Baba, Baker and Storm, in which the match ends in a draw when the referee just completely loses control of the match and chaos just ensues. So wrestling rating of 58 and a segment rating of 59. Tekla with the 56, Ashley Flair with the 66, Ridgway with the 70, Blackwood with the 69, Tony Storm with the 57, Baker with the 52, Baba with the 62 and Shiozaki with the 31. Rebel did some good work at ringside as well. And then in our post-show, again to get them on the show and to get them some matches, Ida Bradley and Hanako of Prawn Patrol would defeat Abandon and Ellen Diaz in 5.5 minutes. Wrestling rating of 30, segment rating of 27. Ellen Diaz got 12, Abandon with the 43, Hanako with the 47 and Ida Bradley with the 19. So overall, solid show, 61 rating, I'll take that. We use Shiozaki too much, I don't care about that. Would have gained popularity in one US region, but growth was restricted due to limited number of viewers there. Okay, good. Segment rating, 38 regions though, is massive. So let's address the locker room. Who did really well? It was Serena Deeb. She did really well alongside Julia Hart. And then we'll give it to Kid Lycos 2 as well. Seem pleased, seem pleased, seem pleased. Injury review, can be worked through, doesn't need surgery, awesome. Financials, we made $63,000. Popularity recap, yep. We are gaining, love to see it. Absolutely love to see that. Okay, it's the day after the show, so let's check out our news. We had 40,000 viewers. That's sick. If we check out our finances, yeah, we are balling now. Size-wise, we're getting there. We're 54 here now. We need to boost this up. This is going to be a slow burn, though, I think. That's only going to be actual live shows, so that's probably going to take us until the end of the year to get to medium. But that's fine, because the more money we build up, essentially what I want to do is I want to get when I see it, our own broadcaster. And ideally, I kind of want Something along the lines of this to start with. Which would cost me 22 million. So maybe I don't want something like that. Maybe I just want something like small. Like this. And maybe medium. Which would be almost $8 million. And this is actually a lot easier to hit. That's not bad at all. If we did subscription like that. This is my next goal. We would be making that much of a loss, but I kind of think we'd recoup that pretty quick, especially if we have like 10 mil when we do this. So we'll just have ticket prices. So it's something for us to think about. Okay, time for our second show of the episode, and we've already given people the night off. It is Beach Bash, so let's book our venue in the Northwest. We can also finalise our broadcasters, so we'll get ourselves on everywhere. Booking team meeting, I'm going to keep it 170 for now. I'm okay with that. Locker room incidents. Mikey O'Shea, we've used him before. Never caused any problems, so come on in. Pamela Peterson, we've never used you before, but sure, come on in. Uan Nation and Kathy Kelly had a blazing argument outside the venue. That doesn't seem good. Ricky Knight Jr. was brought before Wrestlers Court, being accused of being an hour late to pick up his assigned travel partner. Orton found him guilty and sentenced him to pay for his travel partner's meals for the next 3 shows. Chris Ridgway lifted the locker room with a silly game he created, quickly became popular backstage. Good. We're training for Notice and Crawdad. Okay, nice. Address the locker room, let's inspire. Hopefully get a huge boost for this event. And let's get this booked. I'll join the results page. Okay, in our opening match on the show, in the pre-show this is, we had Pawn Patrol defeat Ricky Knight Jr. and Ace Romero. Ricky Knight Jr. not really getting in the match, it was mainly Ace Romero. A 47 wrestling rating and 47 segment rating. Crawdad with the 41, Swag with the 30, Romero with the 54, and Ricky Knight Jr. with the 63. In our next match, Alex Garcia would take on Seiya Kamitiana and Seshimoth Martina and Valkyrie, in which Valkyrie would get the win in 13 minutes. Wrestling rating of 58 and a segment rating of 69, and this was the first match on the main show. So Alex Garcia got a 46, Seiya got a 62, Seshimoth Martina with a 51, and Valkyrie with a 75. We then cut to the back, where the Black Death are being interviewed by Kathy Kelly, who say that they are ready for tonight's mystery opponents, and they will very comfortably destroy them and leave with their trios championships. We then get Roman Masick defeating Adrian Ortiz in 8 minutes pretty emphatically, a wrestling rating of 43 and a segment rating of 47. Masick got a 52 and Ortiz got a 33. We cut to the back once more, where Chris Ridgway and Kevin Blackwood are being interviewed about their tag team title match against Yozaki and Baba, in which they essentially say that they're not afraid of a no DQ match, and if anything, it means that they can just dismantle them even more. This got a segment rating of 53. We then get Athena and Suzuki teaming together to take on Serena Deeb and Julia Hart of the Black Death, as announced by Commissioner Orton. This match got a 62 wrestling rating and a 66 segment rating. Suzu got an 80, Athena 55, Julia Hart 39, and Serena Deeb a 74. What we had was Athena essentially walk out on Suzu halfway through the match, and Julia Hart is still rusty, but this should slowly start to disappear. Overall, very solid match. We then get the tag team title match between Yozaki and Baba and Ridgway and Blackwood, in which Ridgway and Blackwood would get the win after a referee bump and a ref change, which would see Jessica Carr take over from D.A. Brewer. Baba and Yozaki actually had the win, but there was no referee available. So Baba got a 60, Yozaki got 30, Blackwood the 65 and Ridgway with the 67, wrestling rating 56 and a segment rating of 64. We then cut to the back once more, where Ashley Flair is with Thekla being interviewed by Kathy Kelly about her title match against Baker and Storm tonight, in which Ashley Flair essentially says that she is a one-woman army, she needs no help defeating anyone, and how since winning the title, she has just done everything herself, claiming the top spot. Which you can see Thekla's kind of eyeing her up, because Thekla has pretty much interfered in every single one of her matches. This got a segment rating of 52. We then get Ultrasonic defeating the Midnight Heat in 11 minutes, a wrestling rating of 65 and a segment rating of 73. Radar with the 66, Sonic with the 74, Ricky Gibson with the 59, and Eddie Pearl with the 62. Ashley Flair would then defend the Women's World title barely against Storm and Baker. It is a very, very, very close match in which Flair just about cheats to win a match. Flair got 71, Storm got 61, Baker got 54. And then post-match, Tekla would run in and attack Ashley Flair for the disrespect shown in that promo, a segment rating of 47. And then in our main event, the Black Death being Claudio Castagnoli, Pac, and Buddy Matthews would defend their titles against UR Nation, Cody Chun, and Jacob Kasper. This was a 20-minute match that saw a wrestling rating of 64 and a segment rating of 66. Buddy Matthews got a 52, Pac got an 87, Castagnoli got a 75, Jacob Kasper got a 72, Cody Chun with the 42, and UR Nation with the 57. So overall, that has increased our popularity in 39 regions and a show rating of 65. So we addressed the locker room. Let's give this to UR Nation for being awesome. We'll give it to Julia Hart as well for being incredible too. I don't want to give it to Pac because Pac's constantly getting good results. Let's give it to Valkyrie because she hasn't really been featured prominently the last few months. Financial report. Oh, we made $100,000 from that show. That's insane. How's our popularity? Oh boy, we are just storming up the charts. Okay, it's the day after the show, so feedback has been that the show was awesome. You love to hear that. We've done a whole bunch of contract negotiations. There was basically everyone on the roster, so I didn't film it because it would take way too long. Ken Blackwood's opinion is that Julia Hart is a star in the making. She can make us some serious money in the future. Hell yes, she will. And we've got 43,000 viewers for that show. Even better. So if we go to our size... Love to see it. Look at that. And if we go to our finances, yeah, the fact we're at almost 1 million is insane. I do want to check out our creative quick. So Ashley Flair is our #1 wrestler. She's also 42 though, so I can't imagine it's going to be much longer she's wrestling. Toni Storm being #2, Pac being #3, Castagnoli 4, Valkyrie's #5. We need to use her for something. Next big thing is still Hanukkah and Radar. Hot prospects, yep, that's still all the same. I'm debating cutting Blanc. Well, not cutting him, but we've tried a few things with him. We had him in the Circus Disciple storyline with Blackwood and the Rebels. He just doesn't really seem to be gaining popularity. I don't know if he's just got a low cap or something, but yeah, I don't know. Talk exactly how I'd imagine. That reminds me, how is our medical? Because we lost Oscar. So where is absences? Torn meniscus, 212 days. Yeah. She's out for a while. Okay.